Welcome to Mixtape Tarot, guys. So I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. If this is your first time here, I'm recording this on Sunday. It's just before 1 o'clock on Sunday. I had a late start today. My stomach was upset all night. It was such a bummer. So it's like the warranty wore out. So everything's just breaking down. But Mixtape Tarot, this is where you guys get to drive the content that I create. And we are going to go to the first question from Karen Cultus. So Karen, you asked me, you said it was a silly question, but it's not. You're looking for your mom's phone. It's my dad's that she carries with her. And when she had a hospital situation, it's been missing since then. It's near, I did a little remote view on it, not like an in-depth one, but it was left near like one of those garbage cans, like a silver garbage can. It's short. It's like maybe 2, maybe 3 feet high. It's not very big. There's glass behind it. So I think as you were leaving maybe the hospital, somebody put it down right there. It's one of those garbage cans that, like, back in the day, it would have an ashtray on top, but it doesn't have an ashtray on top. So it's got like the open sides. It's not, it's got like openings on the side, like oval type openings. So I don't know if you want to go back to, I don't know how much time has elapsed, but that's where I'm seeing it. I think that's where it got left on the way out, but there definitely was glass behind it. And I could sense that there were some cars or something behind it. So I think it was either on the way out or on the way in. So check with the hospital, see if they can help you. That's where I see it was left. I can't kind of figure out where it is right this minute. Sorry. Like I said, I just did a real quick remote view on it, but I think that maybe will give you some idea of where it is. So there it is. So first question. We can talk about it a little bit more. And I have Dave Murphy. Good day on the other side of the planet. I hope you're having a great day. I am not the great outdoors or the great anything. This is the great indoors. Never stop exploring. And it's got a little slipper there. So with my lemon and cinnamon and honey concoction, I was going to throw a little ginger in it today. So Dave wants to know, after the devastating fires in LA, can they possibly rebuild plus build for the Olympics in 3.5 short years? Or will the Olympics have to be moved somewhere or postponed? Now, someone else had asked, Marie had asked, hello, Anna, can you please do a reading about the reconstruction of the cities like Pacific Palisades that have been destroyed by the fires? Do you see reconstruction being done quickly or slowly? So I'm going to combine these two questions, if that's okay with you guys. And I'm going to bring up that card view. But before I do that, please like, share, and subscribe, especially if this is your first time. Howdy do. Welcome to the fray. I have lots of good content for you guys coming this week. And I said in my wrap up of the week, we're going to be working with the Housewives Tarot this week and also the Lenormand of Enchantment. So we're going to have some fun with those two decks, featuring those. Links to both will be in the description of my video. I already did my teaspoon of tarot for this week. I think I have one more that I have to do. That's not true. I'm doing 4 for you. I originally said I was just going to do 3 a week, but I'm going to do 4 because I am going to do different decks. So you guys will see how some of the cards read differently. So 1 week, maybe I'll do like all the devil card, and 1 week, maybe I'll do all different decks. And 1 week, maybe I'll do just one deck. So we'll have some fun with it. So let's bring up that card view, boys and girls. There we go. So let's first talk about Pacific Palisades, because that was the I think the Pacific Palisades fire was the most significant, and the Elton fire I think was the next most significant as of last week. So we'll see where we are right now. And we also, I will have a video on Wednesday, Political Spotlight. We're going to be talking about Trump and his efforts in both North Carolina and California, how they're going to go. So that may wind up being 2 videos too. So we will see. So how is rebuilding in the Palisades going to go? Is it going to go fast or slow? That was one of the things that Trump was talking about, getting rid of the regulations, the permitting specifically. As a developer, real estate developer, he understands how permits can hold you up, sometimes up to 18 months. So having these families, homeless for all intents and purposes for 18 months is really going to be difficult. So how is that rebuilding going to go? 7 of Cups. Right now, it is cloudy and crazy, but we've got the Queen of Wands in there, who is Trump. He is the one who is lighting the fuse. Oh, pardon the pun. And also coming to the table as the Hermit with a great deal of expertise and knowledge. How's that going to be received? 5 of Cups. We're going to get a lot of different emotions about this. And one of the things that Karen Bass had said in that press conference, or it wasn't a press conference, it was actually like a town meeting that they did televise. One of the things that she said was she wants everybody to be safe. And Trump argued with her. There's plenty of people that want to go there. Nothing's there. They can go there. They can pick up the rubble and put it in a dumpster. People want to clean up. They want to get going. So there's going to be a lot of voices about being safe. I think we're going to start to hear some environmental things. People are going to say, well, we don't know what kind of chemicals were burned up. We don't know what the air quality is. It's the same that we've been hearing since the fire started. And the ultimate 6 of Swords, we are going to move. Now, in terms of the suits in tarot, we have the Wands, which are the fastest element of the suits, the Swords, which are the second fastest. Then it goes Cups and Pentacles. Pentacles are pretty slow. When we look at them in terms of days, weeks, months, and years, we go days, Wands, weeks, Swords. So we are getting to salvation, which is the 6 of Swords, getting to salvation within weeks. So I think they're really going to start moving things. How is that going to happen? Page of Pentacles. There's going to be money infused in there. 2 of Swords. The state is not going to like it, but they're going to sit on it and they're going to eat it. They're going to be happy. The thing is that I think Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, and the other people that are in places of prominence in California, they're going to be like, dang it, he fixed the problem. Like, they just don't want him to be a solution maker or a problem solver. They just don't want him to be that guy. And I get it. They hate him. They just don't want him to be able to solve it. As a real estate developer, I think he's going to. What do we wind up with there, though? So, and again, we're looking just at the Pacific Palisades. What do we get there? What do we wind up with there? Three of Wands. There's going to be a lot of collective work. The Moon, something's behind that. The 5 of Cups. 9 of Swords. King of Cups. Oh, this looks good. Ace of Wands. So I do think that this is an opportunity, and I've talked about these isolated cities that I've seen. I think this is an opportunity for them to create communities that are a bit more self-contained. Now in California, we have a lot of gated communities. Those I had a gate. My property was gated in California. Sometimes you have to have that in certain areas. You have to have a gate. But I think this is an opportunity to create different construction that is going to be very in tune. And I'm not going to get into the whole brouhaha about, was this intentional so that they could get rid of all the old housing? I'm not going to do that because there was some new housing there. James Woods just spent the last 3 years restoring his house. It wasn't burned down. In fact, it was one of the few standing in his neighborhood, but it was damaged. So Ooh, very hot water. So I think we are going to get this incredible blending of good sound traditional housing with some updates to it. Do we wind up with like an Eric Trump on the scene? Does Eric Trump wind up getting in there? No, he's not going to get in there. He would not be welcome. Six of Wands, Knight of Swords. Did I say I said Eric Trump? I think I meant Donald Jr. I think Eric Trump may be the one that goes. I think Don Jr. is not the one that goes. That was who I was thinking of. Trust me, I meant that. But I think Eric Trump maybe gets involved in this and kind of adds a little bit of help from a developer perspective. So do I think we wind up with the neighborhood of the future? I don't know. I think there's something very interesting that's going to come out of this. And I think that the aid that is going to be presented to those people is going to be very, very welcome. So it will turn around some opinions about Trump. And they're really going to have a meeting of the minds here, form versus function. So I think we do get nice housing. There's something about building up and like having these like kind of fire breaks in there. I'm not sure what that is. But it's almost like they have these passages between some of the properties. Like there's maybe they want you to build taller and skinnier versus wider to the edges of your property. There's something about having more area around your property. So what is that? A variance, like having more area around your own property. So what effect does this have on the Olympics? And immediately I am getting like World's Fair kind of stuff that's going on for the Olympics. Does it interfere with the Olympics? No, it all happens together. 10 of Wands. It's going to be a busy area for the next few years. 4 of Cups in reverse. We're not sitting around on our hands anymore. There's our High Priestess, Mrs. Butterworth. Wheel of Fortune up top. Page of Wands. I do think local government, even state level and local government, are going to buck at a lot of this, because I do think there's going to be a lot of conducting by the Trump administration. I think they're going to be telling contractors and people when and where to go, how to do it. They're going to be moving in supplies. At the same time, though, guys, the wall's going to be worked on. So these are major projects that we're going to be infusing a lot of government funding into. So it's going to be very interesting. The wall and the restoration of Los Angeles is going to happen at the same time. Construction of the Olympic stadium and housing and all of that's all going to be happening at the same time. And I do think that the housing for the Olympics is going to be a bit off-site. It's not going to be right in Los Angeles. So there is undeveloped land that I see the Olympic housing going into. Now, is that going to be very cool? Is that going to be like a resort type thing? Yes. Are they going to future purpose it? Yes. So it's going to be very neat what they're doing on that end of it. And it like I said, it's going to be off-site. So it'll be like a resort that's built with a swimming pool in the middle, and they're going to have housing for everybody. And it'll be a very cool environment, and it'll serve another purpose when it's done. This isn't going to be something that we tear down and get rid of. So is it possibly I think the idea is still not formed, because it's between like a sports facility. They can have sports teams that come in and recreate there or train there or something, and like a resort kind of thing. It's a very interesting concept, but I don't think that it's formed. So that's a prediction for me. So mark it down, prediction. I do think they're going to be working on the wall Los Angeles, and the Olympic City all at the same time. I think that all three of those things are happening at the same time. And it's being directed by the administration. They're just kind of pointing and clicking and doing those things. So so this is a neat question. So are you ever sad? And if so, what makes you sad? Apart from the general rubbish that makes us all sad. So, when I read that, the first, and as I'm smiling like really big, anything that has to do with animals, like, so like I will cry at videos of like cats and mama cats like taking care of their babies, puppies, that kind of thing. Anything that has to do with animals, I'm usually pretty like so I try to avoid it. It's one of the reasons I don't like to read on serial killers, because they sometimes have an awful relationship with animals. And the minute I hear that, like Sid Vicious, I found out Sid Vicious had a cat one time, and the witness to it was interviewed and telling the story, and I was just like, oh, I really thought that Sid Vicious was a cat lover, and it ruined him for me. So I mean, not that he wasn't a great guy, but so I'm sorry, slurp my hot water. But anything with animals, and like of course, like any disappointments in my family, anything like that, it's I don't like getting bullied, like that's the thing. Like I don't like getting bullied. So that makes me sad that my parents aren't here all the time, because they're here in the north limited amount of time too, but they're living their best life. I'm very, the antidote to that is that I'm very happy that they're both in very good health, and they're both living their best life and having a great time. So, and they do come back, so they come back and forth, and I can go down there. It's not like Florida's that far away. So that's as I'm like smiling really big, that's what makes me really sad. So thank you. That was JJBH7KK. Oh, we just had an earthquake in New Jersey like 2 days ago. Apparently, I missed it, and I just felt my desk rattle. So I was like, "Ooh, maybe we're having another earthquake," but we're not. Don't worry about it. Things will really start rocking and rolling. This thing is just like not even standing up next to anything, so it'll fall right over. You'll get to see what's behind the curtain. So so Ray Kennedy, this is a good question. Is Ron Burkle financing Meghan Markle? Is Prince Andrew an accomplice? Did Prince Andrew cook up revenge with his buddies Ron and Jeff? We know that guy. Prince Andrew wasn't her first target. He was in on it. Sloppy shuffle. Hang on one second. No one talks about Ron Burkle, but everyone is talking about the people he's friends with and does business with. How much control over the gossip magazine does Ron Burkle have? He is the secret keeper. Blackmail business model is his. I think he's the crypt keeper. I always say it like that. Crypt keeper. Let's take a look. I've never read on this cat, so let's go. Let's go. King of Wands. You're right. He is a string puller there. Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, in this sense, is not inflicting pain, but kind of dangling it over your head. Like, it's coming. It's coming. What's under the surface? Let's see what he's really made out of. The moon. Whoop. The moon. The moon. He is hiding things. We'll find out a little bit more. What's behind him? Five of Wands. He's a solo operator. He doesn't want to work with anybody. Anybody that thinks that he is on their side is not true. Hides all of his actions. Knight of Wands in reverse. He sends out lieutenants to do his job. And what's in his future? Nine of Pentacles. We're never going to see him uncovered, baby. Never. What's behind the surface here? Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords. Oh, you and the Hierophant. Dang. Yeah, he is the puppet master. Sorry, I slurped my hot water again. I'm sorry. I'm afraid it's hot. So, is he financing Ms. Markle? Not anymore. Not anymore. Why not? Page of Wands. She had a job and she blanked it up. She blanked it up. She had a job and she didn't do it. She didn't do it. So I don't think that he's really hanging out with her anymore. But let's see. Let's take a look. Let's see if there is a relationship going on. Are they still talking? I don't think they are, but they might be. Boom, boom, boom. He wishes her well, but he's not giving her any money. You know, girl, I got you where you are. Now you're on your own. So, does he have blackety blackmail on her? Does he have blackety blackmail on her? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's hanging over her head. You know what? Like, everybody has a tape nowadays. Like, Paris Hilton had one. Kim Kardashian fabricated one. Everybody's got a tape. So he's got tape. He's got tape. Got a tape. And she's also, for my Russians here, that's drunk in Russian. That's a little, you're drunk. I'm hurting myself. I can't remember how to say drunk in Russian. I can't remember how to say it. So yeah, I think he's got her pretty well in her cups or something else, doing lots of things, being very acrobatic. So there it is. That is something that I think was a standing threat. I've got this. If you ever, I will reveal it. So, cards went in the wrong way. Tell me what you think of this Housewives Tarot, guys. I know I use it periodically, but this week you're getting a lot of it. It's Prince Andrew, an accomplice. Prince Andrew. Ace of Wands, King of Cups, Emperor. That's interesting. That is interesting. I think they still have a sweet relationship. Has Andrew asked to do something outright? No. Has he made Ron aware that he wouldn't care if something happened? Yeah, I think so. I think that they still have a sweet relationship, Ron and Andrew. And I think that they're kind of I know that sounds weird. They're kind of like locker room buddies, like, yeah, I got you. I got you, man. I got you. Hit's a hit. Yeah. Huh. And I don't know if she was sent to Andrew by Burkle and then that dynamic changed. That's really what I'm getting. I think the dynamic changed. Why did that dynamic change? Why did the dynamic change? Why did the dynamic change between him and Meghan? Why did it change between him and Andrew? Four of Swords, 10 of Swords. She blew it because she blew it. And he said, you're off on your own. You have a whole new life. Everything's fine. I'm not going to be hooking you up with any money anymore. And we're done, honey. We're done. Your time is done. The expiration date is over. Can't use you anymore. I set you up to have a good life. If you're not having a good life, it's your own fault. That's the message. So what about this change of relationship with Prince Andrew? Six of Cups. I have regrets about what I did. Nine of Swords. It's hanging over my head. It's terrible. We need to conceal it. And my poor judgment. And my wee willy winky that got everywhere. So what's the result? Queen of Wands. I am at your mercy. This was an arrangement. I'm at your mercy. Is he paying him off? Yeah. So that's what I think Andrew figured out the whole order of operations and went in there and said, hey, listen, I'll give you a paycheck. I'll pay you a little bit. I know Andrew's on the balls of his ass, but I think that's a little bit. All right. So I'm going to do a little break and I'm going to go pull up some more questions. So just sit tight, guys. Welcome back, guys. So these are questions that were on the last Mixtape Monday Tarot. The first set of questions were on the post that I did on Saturday, I guess. I like that we get two different sets of questions because other things may have happened in the meantime. So moving forward, I will always do a post and you can ask questions in there, or you can ask in the chat on in the replay on the week prior, if that makes sense. I do try and get to all of them. So Melinda Salazar, I love that. Are we going to hear the truth about Harry and Meghan's kids? Well, with all the updates that we have going on right now, all the drama, that possible breakup, possible separation, all of these things, maybe we are going to hear something different. So let's see if the energy has changed on any of that. So Melinda, thank you so much for your question. And there's also Laurel. Oh, Laurel, that's a beautiful name. Has asked, has Tyler Perry met Archie and Lily more than once, and did he attend her christening? So we're going to do these two questions together. All right, so bringing up that card view again. I hope you guys are enjoying this. So is the truth about Archie and Lily a little bit closer to the surface? Closer. So I was talking with my buddy Trevor Colt. I don't know if you know him. He's a YouTuber. And I was telling him that I made the remote views that I did on the kids membership only videos, and he's like, put him out there. I was like, no. I was like, I don't want people coming for me in the comment. So yeah, I think it was him that I was telling. I was telling a big YouTuber. So are we going to hear about the truth about Harry and Meghan's kids? Is it coming closer to the surface? What do we got? Queen of Wands. What's crossing it? Four of Pentacles in reverse, guys. That means, Four of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands, that's chaos. Six of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Ooh-wee. This is very interesting. So the Four of Wands under the surface is that it's not a happy house. The home is broken. Queen of Wands is the one who will reveal the truth. Five of Wands in the past. This is chaos, confusion over the whole situation. And this Five of Pentacles in the future. Now remember, Five of Pentacles is the Mendicants card. I talk about them all the time. The Mendicants were a religious sect that left all of their worldly goods and creature comforts to become closer to God. It was a process of asceticism I don't think I could spell that, but Gregopedia can. So it was a process of aestheticism where they just created a better relationship with God through not being held down by the trappings of goodly goods. So when we have this is trying to re-enter society, trying to re-enter the culture that you have left. It is upside down. The relationship is broken. She's coming back with no worldly goods. The only thing she has is this flare up here. This flare up. And the Six of Swords is again rescue and recovery. I think this is her insurance policy. I think she is going to reveal these kids and say that, you know, this was a component of her ill treatment. So how does she see herself? Seven of Cups, the gaslighter. I love gaslighting. Not you guys, though. How do others see her? The Knight of Pentacles. She's not a moneymaker. Hopes and fears. Two of Wands. There's no turning back. There's no escape hatch. And then the Queen of Cups up top is the outcome card. So do I think that the plan is to say blah, 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 blah about the kids? Yeah. And I think it is going to be presented in an attempt to gain sympathy for her ill treatment. I'm not going to say the A word. I'm going to say the ill treatment instead moving forward with her. So I'm going to move this desk down just a little bit because I feel like I'm like it's way up high. I love this up and down desk. So I think this is going to be a tool that she uses to try and get people to feel bad for her. I think she's going to have the sad face and no one asked if I was okay. And I'm a ill-treated woman and that's my new identity. I think that's going to be the new identity. And I think she's going to say that she was forced into certain circumstances in order to meet the demand of the royal life. It's not that complicated. I'm sorry. It's not that complicated. So perhaps that is our next one. We've already heard about the DIVORC ebook. So no one has asked about that. So I think we're getting closer. I think that is something that she is holding close to her chest. There are rumors that we're going to hear about a divorce by March, but I think we heard those same rumors last year. Let's switch it up real quick before we get to the Tyler Perry question. How close to divorce are we? Is it really going to happen? Is it really going to happen? This is the Lenormand of the Enchantment. Right in the middle. Mountain. This is something that she has to climb. Message in the past about the house, which is really the House of Windsor. Her message in the past was to the House of Windsor, and she would be the great disruptor, the mice that was nibble at my house, nibble like a mouse. And then there is the man, kind of looks like Dorky Harry, and then star in the future. So the man is actually the effort. Once she achieved the man, the effort to deal with him, but the future looks bright with that star. So what else do we have here? In the future, cross. Now the cross goes two ways in Lenormand. Cross goes two ways. It is blessings from God, covenant with God, good things from God shining down on you. But it can also be burdens that you are dragging, like Christ with the cross on Calvary. So dragging that cross, bearing it. Also, martyrdom can also come along with this as part of the bearing of the cross. So, the burden child. And then over here we have the tower, which indicates the tower. And this is a mushroom tower. It's really cute. The tower in Lenormand is different from the tower in Tarot. And I have to say it like that, otherwise people don't understand what I'm saying. This is protection. The burden of the child is protected. So what's our underlying things? Harry and the child are related. We have that here. We have the house and the star. The House of Windsor endures. It's not going to go anywhere. Another hidden element, we have the mountain. This endeavor of trying to become famous, world renowned, the most famous woman in the world, is actually now her burden. It's going to be her burden. She is infamous at this point. So is it in her best interest to keep this situation with the child quiet? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Do we not get divorced because of that? The moon. The ship is moving on. And the garden. I don't think we are quite yet ready to reveal the split. And I do think that the Barack and Michelle Obama situation is a bit inspirational to them. Whereas before, I think the Gwyneth Paltrow, the conscious uncoupling, I think that appealed to Meghan at one point, but that's not going to work with her narrative. So living apart until she can kind of craft this storyline, I think is going to be better for her. And I don't think he's not going to file for divorce. He's just not going to do it. The royal family would have to step in and do it for him. So let's go back to the Tyler Perry question. And we'll put down this Lenormand for now. Tyler Perry. Has Tyler Perry met Archie and Lily more than once? Archie, Lily. I don't even know if he has met them. Has he met Archie? 4 of Swords. I don't know. And Lily, 8 of... Guys, I don't think he's met them. I think he has seen children on like videotapes. I know the christening was really weird. I know the christening was very, very weird. Tyler Perry and the Lily christening. The moon, there was something weird. 9 of Swords. There was something deceptive that made him uncomfortable. And so what did he do? 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I think he stayed for a bit. I think he promised he wouldn't say a word. And I think he left and he's held to his word. How does he feel about that now? I know there's a lot of talk about there wasn't really a baby there. It was a doll. Dolly. It's my grandmother's nickname. Dolly. 9 of Cups. He was celebratory. 10 of Pentacles, or 2 of Pentacles. What? And then the King of Swords. This is the moment where he decided to step back from the relationship. So guys, I think that's going to be it for today. This is a long video. I don't want you guys to have to sit and watch videos that are too long. And besides, I'm going to have lots of content for you this week. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, put your comments down below. Questions for next week. I will do my best to get to them. I'm going to have a crazy week this week. There's going to be lots of content for you. So questions down below, or you can put it on the post on Saturday. I think that post goes up. So thank you once again for all being here. I hope you're having a great start to your week, and I'll see you in the future.